The journey to fluency. When I was a young student, I dreamed of speaking English fluently. But I was shy, and every time I tried, I made mistakes. One day, a teacher gave me advice that changed my life. You can be fluent if you practice every day. At that moment, I realized that fluency wasn't something you were born with, it was something you worked for. Learning a language was like planting a tree. You start with a small seed, nurture it daily with practice, and over time it grows strong. One day, a student came to me looking discouraged. "Teacher," she said, "I want to speak English, but I always forget the words." I smiled. Fluency isn't about remembering every word, it's about practicing. You can practice everywhere, by talking to your friends, listening to stories, singing songs. The key is to use English every day. I remembered how I had improved my own English. As a child, I loved listening to stories. Every night, my teacher would read to us and I would repeat the words. At first, I was slow, but over time, I became faster and more confident. Another student once asked me, "Is fluency about speaking fast?" I shook my head. No. Fluency is about speaking clearly and with confidence. It doesn't matter how fast you speak. What matters is that others understand you. There was once a boy in my class who spoke so quickly that no one could follow him. I advised him, "Slow down. Speak clearly. Use simple words." He took my advice and soon, everyone understood him. His confidence grew and he enjoyed speaking English more than ever. Fluency is a journey, not a race. You take one step at a time and one day you look back and realize how far you've come. The secret to fluency. Listening is a key part of fluency. I knew a girl who loved music. She listened to English songs every day, singing along until, without realizing it, her English improved. She wasn't memorizing words, she was absorbing the language naturally. Another student feared making mistakes. She refused to speak because she was afraid of being laughed at. I told her, "Every mistake is a lesson." One day she gathered her courage and spoke in class. She made mistakes, but she didn't stop. And over time she got better. "Teacher," she told me one day, "I'm not afraid anymore." That was the moment she truly started to become fluent. Thinking in English is another key to fluency. I once had a student who always translated from his native language before speaking. This made him slow and hesitant. I advised him, "Try thinking in English even when you're alone." He practiced and slowly his speech became more natural. Another student struggled with mixing languages. He would start a sentence in English and finish it in his native tongue. "Stay in English," I told him. "Even if you don't know a word, describe it using English words." This helped him stay focused and soon he was speaking English effortlessly. Practical strategies for fluency. Talk about topics you love. When you talk about something you enjoy, the words come more easily. I had a student who loved football. Every day he would talk to me about it, and this helped him become fluent because he was speaking about something he was excited about. Describe instead of stopping. I had a student who always wanted to know the exact word for everything. If he didn't know the word, he would stop speaking. I told him, "If you don't know the word, try to describe it." This helped him keep the conversation going even when he didn't know the exact word. Practice in front of a mirror. I had a shy student who didn't like speaking in front of others. I told her to practice in front of a mirror. Seeing herself speak helped her become more confident, and soon she was speaking more fluently. Keep speaking even if you forget a word. Another student asked me, "Teacher, what should I do if I forget a word while speaking?" I told him, "Do not stop. Keep talking. Sometimes the word will come to you later. If not, use another word." This helped him stay calm and fluent. Take breaks. I knew a student who practiced all the time, but she became tired and frustrated. I told her, "Take a break. Relax. Come back tomorrow with a fresh mind." After taking breaks, she felt better and her fluency continued to improve. Use creativity. You can write a short story, sing a song, or even make a video in English. One of my students loved writing short stories in English. This helped her practice new words and sentences, and soon she started reading her stories aloud, which improved her fluency. Teach others. One of my most fluent students decided to help her friends who were not as fluent. She would teach them new words and practice speaking with them. This not only helped her friends but also made her even more fluent. Stick to a routine. I had a student who practiced every morning for 30 minutes. This was his routine. He followed it every day and soon he became more fluent. A routine helps you stay disciplined and ensures that you practice regularly. Mindset matters. Fluency takes time. I had a student who was very impatient. He wanted to be fluent quickly, but when he didn't see progress, he became frustrated. I told him, "Be patient. You are making progress even if it is slow." He listened to me and continued practicing. Over time, he saw improvement and became more confident. Fluency is not just about speaking. It is also about listening. I had a student who was a good listener. He would listen carefully before he spoke, making his responses clear and thoughtful. Listening is a big part of becoming fluent. A positive attitude makes a huge difference. I had a student who was always positive. Even when she made mistakes, she would smile and try again. This helped her stay motivated and eventually become fluent. Fluency is also about being open to new experiences. I had a student who was comfortable speaking in class but shy outside of school. I encouraged her to speak to people outside of school. She was nervous at first, but with time she became more confident and fluent. It is also helpful to learn from others who are fluent. Watch how they speak, listen to their intonation, and learn from their style. One of my students admired a famous English speaker. She watched his videos and tried to imitate his style. This helped her improve her own fluency. Fluency is like cooking a meal. You need different ingredients and you need to mix them well. Each part of learning is important. Celebrating small victories also helps. Every time you learn a new word or speak without hesitation, celebrate it. This keeps you motivated. One day a student asked me, "Teacher, what if I get stuck while speaking?" I told him, "It is okay to pause and think. Take a deep breath and then continue." This advice helped him stay calm and improve his fluency. Fluency is built over time. Listen, speak, read, make mistakes, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. One day you'll look back and realize just how far you've come.